Welcome to the first episode of the Decode podcast. I'm your host, James K. And as usual, we say decode your frequency, reprogram your reality. So, on our first topic, we are going to study about what we call reality. You will come to realize as we go on that reality is coded. If you observe life well, life follows pattern, and everything that has patterns, it follows a code. I hope we're together up to there. So what I'm trying to say is reality is not random. Your experiences are not accidents, and your life is not happening to you. It is responding to you. So welcome to the Inner Code podcast, where we decode frequency, explore consciousness, and learn how to reprogram reality from the inside out. This is not motivation, this is not fantasy, this is awareness. You may be asking yourself, why this podcast? So, the reason behind this podcast is that I came to realize that most people live their entire lives reacting to emotions, reacting to circumstances, reacting to the systems they never chose and never questioned. From a young age, you are programmed by your family, culture, trauma, fear, religion, school, and even survival. And that programming becomes your frequency. We'll get into the real definition of frequency as we go. So, these these all of these programs and systems program you and become your frequency. So what is your frequency? Your frequency is made up of your thoughts, your emotional baseline, your emotional state, your thoughts, your self-image, how you think of yourself, your expectations, and even your beliefs. So, and that frequency that is made up of all those things that I'm telling you, that shapes your reality, because reality is nothing more than immaterialized frequency. So frequency creates reality. So if these things shapes your reality, they determine what you attract, tolerate, resist, or repeat. So the inner code exists because very few people, are taught this. So if you want to change your external reality, you must first understand and change your internal structure. What do we mean by the word frequency? When we say frequency, we are not talking about hype or the frequency on your radio station, the frequency models. No, we are talking about state. State, when I say state, I say your nervous system, your dominant emotional tone, your level of awareness, your state of consciousness. So things like fear, it has a frequency, clarity has a frequency, desperation has a frequency, love, calm, authority, all of them, they have a frequency. Reality responds less to what you say you want. I hope we are together in this. Reality responds less to what you say you want and more to what you consistently are. So it's not about what you want, but what you are. That is why two people can be faced by the same situation. You can place two people in the same situation and they will get different outcomes. Why? Same environment, different inner code. Let's cover something else related to frequency, consciousness, and the observer. So there's a truth that most people never confront. You are not your thoughts. You are the one aware of your own thoughts. You are not your thoughts, you are the one aware of your own thoughts. The moment you can observe your mind, you are no longer controlled by it. Consciousness is not thinking, it is awareness. There's a difference between thinking and awareness. And awareness is power. When you operate unconsciously, life feels heavy, repetitive, and chaotic. When awareness increases, patterns become visible, triggers lose control, choices become intentional. You stop reacting and start responding. This is the first step of outsmarting reality. And that is the main goal for this podcast, is to help you outsmart reality and realize your full potential, know who you are, realize your full potential, and most importantly, be the creator of your own reality and create the life of your own desires. So, if you want to create the life you desire, you want to know yourself and reach your full potential, escape, outsmart reality, escape the matrix, you are in the right place. How do you reprogram reality? As hook, our main hook point says, decode your frequency and reprogram your reality. If you decode your frequency, how do you decode? Is first by understanding and, as we said, being aware, understanding your emotions, your thoughts, and your state of consciousness. That's how you decode. And through that is how you know yourself. You decode your frequency. And the results of decoding your frequency is reprogramming your reality. So let's dive into reprogramming your reality. Reprogramming your reality does not mean escaping life. People say more about escaping the matrix, and you think it's about escaping life. No, it means meeting life with clarity instead of conditioning. It means understanding your emotional patterns, seeing your beliefs without defending them, breaking mental loops instead of identifying with them. Here is where you come to seeing things for what they really are. As I said, the systems, this is where you first of all start questioning things that you thought were just normal, and you start seeing them for what they really are. For example, systems like religion, education, and even the government. You, if you when you become aware, you start seeing them like they are created to keep you down. They are against you. You don't want. They are meant to create. They are how they were created. They are meant to keep the poor and more poorer, and the richer stays richer. So reprogramming your reality is about understanding how the system is made, the rules that it plays with. You understand the rules of the game and play the game by the rules in a way that you will win. To change your outside, your external reality, what we call reality, of which I said is immaterialized frequency. You first have to focus on your inner state to create that frequency. that you require. So this work is not loud, it does not announce itself, but it is precise. So once the inner structure shifts, external change follows naturally. So focusing on your internal state, that's all you need. If you want to create that life desire, the reality you desire, that life that you want, focus more. Don't focus on the outside. Focus on your internal state, your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, your conviction, how you view yourself, self-imagery. Let them reflect the frequency of the reality that you want to materialize. What to expect on this podcast? On this podcast, we will explore consciousness and awareness, frequency, energy, and emotional states, esoteric knowledge, and ancient principles. You're gonna love this one. Metaphysics and the nature of reality, and also practical ways. Sorry, practical ways to move through life with clarity and control. Some episodes will be deep, some will be uncomfortable, some will require you to sit with yourself. That is intentional. So, this podcast is not here to entertain you, it is here to wake you up. If you are ready to observe more, react less, and take responsibility of your inner world, you are in the right place. This is the inner code. Decode your frequency, reprogram.